see the wizard in his castle on the hill. And I never once have known him, and I do not know him still. His face is magnificent, but you'll never see his hands. And the way he throws his voice around, I don't know where he stands. I'm off to see the wizard with his curtain and his crowd, but my hands, they are not trembling, and my head, it is not bowed. I'm not looking for any answers, truth to be revealed. All that I am asking is, show me something real. I'm not on no yellow brick road, got a mind and a heart and guts of my own. Not looking for no one to set me free. I'm not on no yellow brick road, find my own way home. I'm just looking for someone to walk with me. Hey you, behind the curtain, tell me, what is it you see? From where you sit, does it appear that everyone is on their knees? Their eyes are wide and hopeful, but the line goes out the door. Do you ever sit up there and wonder how you give them more? I'm not on no yellow brick road, got a mind and a heart and guts of my own. Not looking for no one to set me free. I'm not on no yellow brick road, I'll find my own way home. I'm just looking for someone. Oh, don't tell me it's not lonely up above the crowd. Don't tell me you don't find yourself longing for the ground. And when I ask you one more time, won't you tear the curtain down? You just say, don't you know, nothing here but me. And I said, baby, who'd you think I came to see? I'm not on no yellow brick road, got a mind and a heart and guts of my own. Not looking for no one to set me free. I'm not on no yellow brick road, find my own way home. I'm just looking for someone to walk with me. Hi, and welcome to my house. My name is Anthony Whitaker, and I'm a frequent performer on the Oz Festival and Convention circuit, and I have been for a very long time now, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And I've really hated having all of the Oz festivals and conventions canceled this year because of the COVID-19 mess that we're all in right now, and I'm very appreciative of everybody who was willing to join forces and put together this little online convention, and I'm so excited that everybody's here watching. That was my opening number. It's called Yellow Brick Road, and it's by a really great indie folk singer-songwriter named Chris Delmhorst, and it's Chris with a K. It's from a really great album called 5 Stories, and it's called Yellow Brick Road. And so I want to welcome you all here, and we're in my living room, which is in Humboldt Park in Chicago, which is the neighborhood where Frank Baum lived when he wrote The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's just a few blocks away. The next song I'm going to be doing is a song called Ruby Shoes by a really great singer-songwriter named Lori McKenna. This song is about a girl named Ruby Bridges and the red shoes that she wore. Ruby shoes will take her a mile or so to school every day. White people hated her. They'd scream in old signs and tell her to go away. But Ruby's will was stronger than the bigots with the signs could ever know. She stopped every morning on the corner and prayed that someday the pain would go. And she'd stop and she'd pray hatred would go away. She was only 6 years old, but she knew. Go walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. But Ruby sat in her classroom. She never dreamed the other children wouldn't show. They hated her for the color of her skin. Color is such an amazing illusion. She'd stop and she'd pray that all that hatred would go away. She was only 6 years old, but she knew. Walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. Ruby knew about Dorothy and the ruby shoes that she wore. She wondered about Oz sometimes, as no other child ever walked with shoes before. And she'd stop and she'd pray that all that hatred would go away. She was 6 years old, but she knew. Go walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. Ruby, if birds can always fly, why can't you and I? Ruby's shoes will take her a mile or so to school every day. Where the white people hated her, they'd scream and hold signs and tell her to go away. She'd stop and she'd pray all that hatred would go away. She was 6 years old, but she knew. Go walk a mile in Ruby's shoes. If birds can fly, then why, oh why? If birds can fly, then why, oh why can't I? Next up, we have two guests from the original cast of Scraps, a play that I wrote a couple of years ago that was produced in Chicago by the New American Folk Theater. We have Kelsey Shipley as Dame Margolot and Brittany Brown as Scraps, the Patchwork Girl of Oz. The play is about the further adventures of the Patchwork Girl of Oz, my favorite Oz character, and her journey to find herself and her purpose in the world. Scraps is whipped up into the sky while flying a kite, and she finds herself confronted by a witch named Barometra who controls the weather. To escape, Scraps lets go of her kite and jumps off of the cloud. And she fell and fell, and Munchkinland grew bigger and bigger. Spinning and spinning, she prepared herself for a hard landing. She closed her eyes, fell through a roof, and landed.
Oh, hello! Oh,
Hello? You didn't even knock.
that was much softer than I anticipated.
Why are you on my bed?
Oh, well, I was falling through the sky after escaping from a very cantankerous witch.
That's what everybody always says.
Oh, I am terribly sorry that I made that huge hole in your roof.
Oh, you didn't do that. It's been that way for a while.
Oh, wait, I've been here before.
Well, of course you have. You were brought to life right beside that table.
Oh, no, you're Dame Margala, who fashioned me out of a quilt. Oh, it is so nice to see you again. What a happy accident.
Huh. There's the door, so you don't have any accidents while you find yourself out.
Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
I thought maybe you would come back to see me.
Well, it was not my intention, but well, since I'm here, it will be nice to see you. Oh, and Dr. Pitt, I have a question I'd like to ask him. May I?
Go ahead. Ask him. He's up there somewhere.
Oh, is he on the roof?
No, he's somewhere way up there. He spent weeks and months mixing and stirring and ruining all of my pots and pans until he believed he was only one ingredient away from invisibilia soap. He poured a spoonful of vinegar flower juice into the mix, and before we knew it, he went straight up through the roof. And he never came back down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, why are you in bed? Are you ill?
Yes, I'm ill. I'm sick of it all. When the doctor blew himself up, it scared the glass cat and living Victrola so badly they ran away and haven't been back. And now I'm all alone on top of this mountain, this huge house with this huge hole.
Oh, that Victrola was very loud and annoying.
Yes. Well, now there's just silence.
You should get a bird. Oh, they sing such nice songs.
I don't want a bird. I want my husband.
I should stay with you until you can get out of bed.
I can get out of bed. I've just been sitting here, waiting.
We're waiting for what?
Waiting for my husband. I figured that eventually he would fall back to the earth and I move my bed under this awful hole so that he wouldn't hurt his head when he fell.
Well, I'll wait with you. I could sing for you. Patches, patches, pick some pretty patches, put the pretty patches in the patchwork quilt.
No,
Patches,
you'll
patches.
just be in the way and he will fall on you.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm very soft and he won't hurt me at all.
I said no!
Oh.
It was my ex-grandmother's quilt. My mother gave it to me when I married the doctor. A waste of a good quilt.
Well, I thank you for it. And it's been a very nice body so far. Very few repairs. Just stitching up a hole every once in a while. Oh, in fact, I seem to have a tear right here on my left arm. Probably from when I fell through that hole. May I ask you something?
Do it quickly.
Well, I look in the mirror in the morning and I think I look quite nice, but well, people always say things like, Scraps, you have such a funny expression, or, oh, Scraps, you're so whimsical looking. Well, you made me. Am I pretty? I mean, I'm made of all of these wonderful colors, and all of them are so artfully placed, but well, everyone else in Munchkinland dresses in blue, and well, some even have blue hair.
I made you be a servant so I could have help around the house. That's why I made you all those ridiculous colors. You were not intended to be pretty.
Well, what's this?
It's bad enough that you turned out to have so many brains.
Really? Do I have a lot of brains?
I was going to put only cleverness in your head. But the doctor said that a servant needs brains to function properly. That silly boy, Ojo the unlucky, he put extra brains and extra cleverness in your head without me knowing. Then you were too smart to be of any use to me.
Well, I'm pleased to know that I'm very smart. But what was I supposed to become?
You weren't supposed to become anything. But then you came to life and knocked a bottle of liquid petrifaction on me and turned me into a statue. Then you went to the Emerald City and got that busybody Princess Ozma involved. She straightened out my wonderfully crooked husband and took away his memory for magic.
But she saved you from being a statue for the rest of your life.
Some life! My life became about trying to make the doctor not be sad. You know, he had no other skills. He just moped around, trying to remember his old recipes.
Well, didn't he write them down somewhere? I mean, maybe they're in one of these books.
My husband was a brilliant magician with an enormous brain. He didn't need to write anything down. Now, you should go. I have things to do.
But most people start as one thing and then they become something else. Well, you say that I was only supposed to be this one thing forever, and yet I know that I am supposed to become something, but I don't know what that is.
Who does? I thought maybe you would be like a daughter.
Really?
Or a friend. You were expected to cook and clean, but I thought maybe we could sit and have tea and talk about things we've read. Maybe have someone to gossip with. My husband stayed in his laboratory all day and night. He stirred one potion for 4 years. We didn't get to talk a lot.
I wouldn't want to cook and clean. It's boring. and I like things that are fun. I like to run in the fields and slide in the wet autumn leaves. I would be very bad at dusting.
You're probably right. But it might have been nice to have someone to talk to. I thought I was lonely then. I'm sure you've done lots of interesting things. I've heard stories from the neighbors. They say you're very well liked in the Emerald City.
Oh, I do believe so. May I tell you something? I'll tell you. I've discovered that not everything you hear is true. Like, did you know that you don't really love with your heart?
But you don't even have a heart.
I know, and I always thought I wanted one, but when I discovered the truth about hearts, I knew that there were other things that I didn't understand. Oh, maybe I could love someone one day.
You're just like him, you know? The doctor was always so curious about everything, never satisfied with just knowing the grass was blue and the rain tasted like vanilla. I was always happy just seeing the sun rise and set and never thinking about anything other than the beautiful colors.
I like the colors at sunset too.
And you take that after me. You really should go, but I want to give you something. These are the last of the doctor's potions and powders. There isn't much left. The last of the powder of life, a couple of old wishing pills, and a few tinctures and powders I know nothing about. I hid them away after his memory was taken. I hid them so he wouldn't get into trouble.
What will I do with them?
I don't know, but they're yours now. I won't need them anymore. I've been keeping one potion for myself.
Wait, no, that's liquid petrifaction. It'll turn you back into a marble statue.
I have waited so long that I know he will never fall back down to earth. He must have been caught by a giant bird and taken away, or maybe he landed on a cloud and can't get down. He was always afraid of heights, which is sad for a man who's so tall.
No, but you can't turn yourself into a statue.
Oh, I can, and I don't want you to use any of that powder of life to bring me back. There's no more left in all of Oz. It would be a waste, and I don't want to continue living without him. Do I look attractive?
Yes, but you shouldn't do this.
I'm to be a monument. I want to look good.
No, but wait. Do you think I can ever love someone?
I hope so.
Well, I'll find out. And when I do, I will come back and bring you back to life, and I'll tell you all about it. Now it's time to go. I think I will return to the Emerald City.
We're back. I'm with Jamal Howard, who is the co-artistic director of the New American Folk Theater along with me. And we're going to be performing the finale from a musical version of The Marvelous Land of Oz that I wrote and we produced back in 2013. And we've performed different versions in different places at different times. If you know the story, it's about a boy named Tip. And Tip discovers at the end of this book that he is actually the Princess Ozma. And I'm going to be singing the role of Ozma, and Jamal is going to be reprising his role as Jack Pumpkinhead. You can see the pumpkinhead behind me that Jamal had to wear. And we're going to be doing this song, and it's about discovering who you are. I know who I am now, where my story begins. I don't understand how, but this chapter must end. I know what was missing and I can finally be free. Discover what I was born to do. Still the same person that I used to be, only different.
I know who I am now, but I have to admit that I'm kinda scared now, but just a little bit. You will accept me as you did yesterday. I haven't changed in the least. I feel just the same as I did anyway, only different. Only different. And I hope for a happy ending, and that everything turns out well. But you know what the wise men say, a happy ending is the beginning of another tale.
Another tale.
You won't be my father,
but I'll be your best friend.
You've always been with me,
and I'll be here till the end.
The friends that we made and the journeys we took, and the stories that we tell may have been rough, but I would do it again because all of you were there. I know who I am now. Let a new story begin.
Thank you for joining me for my portion of the virtual Oz convention. Hopefully next year we'll be back out in Chittenango and Wamego and Banner Elk and Chesterton and all the other wonderful cities where we have Oz conventions and festivals, and I hopefully will be there with my guitar singing for you. I'd like to thank Kelsey Shipley, Brittany Brown, and Jamal Howard for joining me here tonight, and I'd like to thank Jane Albright for inviting me to be a part of this. I'm going to be singing, closing out the evening with a song that I wrote. It's the title track from my first CD, All in Good Time, and it's a tribute to the Wicked Witch of the East. My house came down and landed on you. I'm sorry about that and about the shoes, but now I know what a home is and all about a sister's need. And it's a shame that you had to go that way, but now the little people are free. And my apologies to the Wicked Witch of the East. Come a little late and I know they come cheap. It was not my fault, it was a change in the wind. Here we go again, it was all in good time, your mother told you. It was all about danger, power and control, all out anger, but at who you do not know. You must have seen that prom you missed and that dress that you never wore. You must have seen the boy you never kissed in the trip you never took to the shore. And my apologies to the Wicked Witch of the East. Come a little late and I know they come cheap. It was not your fault, you were watching the sunrise. The dove got a big surprise. It was all in good time, your mother told you. Were the other kids mean because your shoes were too flashy and your sister was green? Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of spears. Last one in is a big fat queer. And my apologies to the Wicked Witch of the East. Come a little late and I know they come cheap, and it was not our fault, we should have been together. We'll just call it bad weather. It was all in good time, your mother told you. It was all in good time, a little pretty it was.